We've been strong for so long. Now it's time to rise. No more dimming our light. Let it shine so bright. Breaking chains, breaking downs. We reclaim our crown. Standing tall. Hear us roar. We ain't backing down. We are queens. We are fire. We are born to be bold. Riding.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
5, 4, 3, 2.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we come. Ooh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should I have started at 10?
Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome, beautiful people. So happy to be here today. Some good news.
What is the good
Sabrina
news?
and I were at the IBS show today.
Tell them what that is. That is a...
The IBS is the International Beauty Show. Ooh, press passes.
And we were the press. We did interviews.
Yeah, we had a good time.
We did have a good time. And we're
met
going to
some
show
amazing
you guys.
people.
We did.
Yeah, probably the next show we'll have some clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be nice. Yeah.
Yep. So welcome. Good evening. My name is Sabrina Mumford.
And I am Michelle, the Golden Link.
Welcome to the S.I.T podcast.
And the IBS was at Jacob Javits Center in New York. And it was liquid sunshine today.
It rained,
Yeah,
but that
awesome.
didn't stop
That
us.
didn't stop us. Nope, we had a good time.
We had an amazing time. We were press and we interviewed quite a few people. And when we bring the story to you guys, it's something we really want to delve into when we bring you the story. So
Next week.
we'll show you the footage next Sunday, but we won't
Monday.
actually talk about it next Monday, but we won't actually talk about it until maybe a week later.
Okay.
But we will show you what we did and how we interviewed some amazing people this morning.
Before you get started, Sabrina, let me just shine a spotlight on Phyllis Wheatley.
Oh.
Yeah, Phyllis Wheatley was the first African-American author of a published book of poetry in 1773. She was actually 20 years old at the time, and this was very significant achievement in both the African-American and American literary history because she was captured through slavery around the age of 7 or 8. And in 1761, she was in Boston. She came from West Africa. And the name of the ship was Phyllis. And the family that she was a slave for was called Wheatley. So that's how she got her name, Phyllis Wheatley. But they encouraged her to learn because at the time, they didn't want us to learn anything. So it was sort of like an experiment. So she learned other languages like Greek and Latin. And most people, they couldn't even read or write at the time. But she did. So she wrote a letter to George Washington, and he wrote her back telling him that he was a great leadership and when they had the cause of the American independence. And the reason that was very special to me and you today is because we both are authors. All right. So that brings me to our books. Grandma Pauline is a Queen on Amazon, and Rediscovering Your Worth. That's Sabrina's book.
That's my book. Yes.
Okay, yay. So we're all excited. So she was the first published African-American author.
Right. Great job.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we stand on her shoulders, or what
Yes,
you're saying?
absolutely.
Many of us, right?
Yes. And my Ruby, too.
And my Ruby.
Yeah,
Hi,
we
my
always say
Ruby.
hi to my
We
Ruby.
love you.
We watched you today, my Ruby. Okay.
All right, guys. So we might as well jump right in. Hey, Pam. Hi.
Hey, Pam.
Yes. So we're going to jump right in because we have two amazing guests with us here today. We have Miss Robin, who is our farmer. She's a African-American farmer, by the way. And
Young
then we
black girl magic.
Yes. And then we have Chris, who's going to talk to us. She's a nutritionalist, and Chris is going to talk to us about eating. And they both are going to give us healthy, and they both are going to give us some pointers about how eating healthy and not eating healthy hurts us and heal us. But before we jump into our two amazing guests and let them have the floor, I just want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the way we eat, and they're going to shed some light on it. So when we make our food choices, right, and I'm guilty, but I don't really eat out. if we don't have time to cook, what
That's
do we
the
do?
problem.
We go to the fast food restaurants, right?
Lack of time.
And when I Googled like how many calories is in some things, Big Mac has 550 calories, 30 grams of saturated fat. French fries has 320 calories. A vanilla
golden
shake,
French
and I do like strawberries, so don't judge me. But I don't drink it. I mean, I don't. Vanilla
I know you
shake
don't.
has 620 calories. The total meal has 1,490 calories. But of course, it is a makeup of sodium, which is salt.
What about the soda?
I didn't do soda.
Okay. Don't do soda.
Sugar in the shake alone has over 89 grams of sugar, and we're going to talk to our experts about that in a little bit.
Can I tell you something about the shake?
You can.
They recommend seniors to drink a shake to increase their weight. So if I were you,
What kind of shake?
McDonald's shake.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Wait, who did you say recommended that?
Who is they?
Right, who did you say recommended
The
that?
experts.
Who is they?
A nutritionist.
Can we not go to that
recommended
nutritionist?
that. Yeah, she said to get your weight up as a senior.
So one of the things I wanted to know was how does the fast food affect us, our mental health, right? It says high sugar and refined carbs cause quick blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes. That sounds like a drug. This leads to feeling tired, irritable, anxious, or even depressed. And I know
That's what's wrong with me.
And I know a lot of us may not eat like that as adults, and maybe some do, but we do give it to our children. I remember when my kids were little and we used to drive past McDonald's, you know what they would say? Mommy, look at diabetes. They refused to eat it.
That was good. You taught them that?
And my babies, I didn't play.
You taught them that?
So then the other thing is increased risk of depression and anxiety.
I believe it.
It says studies linked frequent fast food consumptions to higher rates of depression, anxiety, lack of key nutrients like omega-3s, B vitamin, magnesium affects brain function and mood stability. So if you're eating unhealthy, you could be a little moody. Is that what's wrong with? Okay, I'm just
You don't
playing.
have to go to McDonald's to eat unhealthy.
No, right. That's just was a sample. It could give you brain fog and low focus.
Oh, but maybe
Nutrient poor meals can lead to sluggish thinking, poor memory, and difficulty concentrating. Physical health, weight gain, obesity. A single fast food meal like Big Mac combo can be
I love
over
a Big Mac.
1,400 calories,
Never had one of those.
close to a full day's worth of some people. Regular overeating leads to fat storage, weight gain, obesity with increased risk of chronic illness, heart disease, high blood pressure, blood sugar problems, diabetes.
Why you keep looking at me?
No, you my partner. You my partner. You're my partner. That's it.
I know. I'm just joking.
The meal
You
is
know
very
I'm-
high in sugar, fat, sodium, almost a full day's worth of one sitting, depending on your dietary needs. Because what are you really supposed to consume a day? Depending on your body weight, 1,200 calories or less?
Well, we have the expert
Don't-
here. Well,
We're not going to.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Your own body.
You need to know your own body.
I
But
like
the
that.
bottom line is
I like that.
the fast food is
killing us.
killing us, right? So then I said,
It's
well,
not just the fast food.
we're going to talk
We
about
gonna
that.
talk about it.
We
We
got our
gonna get into
nutritionist here, y'all. She said it ain't just the fast food, so we're going to get
We're gonna get
educated
into
tonight,
it,
and I
yes.
can't
I'm gonna
wait.
Take some notes.
So then I said, well, let me look up some bananas, mangoes, oranges, and blueberries because I love those. In fact, I have some in my bag. It says bananas are great for energy, regulate blood pressure, supports digestive health. That's bananas. Mangoes,
I don't like mangoes. My daughter.
key
likes
nutrients, vitamin C, A, folate, antioxidants, health benefits. This is mangoes. Boost immune functions.
mangoes. Too much fast food.
Too much functions and support eye health. High antioxidants
Oh, I
that
probably
fight
need some for my
inflammation.
eyes. What about the carrots too? That's
Hold
supposed to
on.
be good.
Aids digestion with natural enzymes. So then I said blueberries because that really is my go-to snack.
Yeah.
Key nutrients, vitamin C,
I know
vitamin
this
K,
lady once
fiber.
who flooded her daughter with blueberries every day. She said her daughter had to have blueberries. She's sitting here with us now.
Antioxidants, health benefits known as brain boosting superfoods. Is that why I'm always creating?
Girl, you be getting
You
it.
better shut your mouth.
What we do, Sabrina? Set it up.
Slam dunk. Supports memory and focus.
This is great.
This is amazing, but this is what I really so overall health, mental health, natural sugars and fibers, stable energy, as you guys can see, and moods. But this is what
in a good mood?
yes,
That's good.
always. But this is what
Me too.
this is what really got to me. This is what really got to me.
What got to you?
How these restaurants, McDonald's, fast food restaurants, are more in African American neighborhoods than Whole Food stores. What
Don't
you
forget
think about
the
that?
bars and the
Whole Foods and premium grocery stores in several major U.S. metropolitan areas, high-income Black majority neighborhoods are often underserved by premium grocery chains. For instance, a study found that in 7 out of 10 metro areas analyzed, none of the Black majority high-income neighborhoods had a premium grocery store within a mile. McDonald's and fast food restaurants. Predominantly Black neighborhoods have a higher density of fast food restaurants. Research indicates that these areas have approximately 2.4 fast food restaurants per square mile, whereas predominantly white neighborhoods have about 1.5 per square mile. Additionally, fast food chains in predominantly Black neighborhoods are more likely to target children in their advertising efforts. A study found that these establishments were over 60% more likely to advertise to children than those in predominantly white neighborhood.
You know who's doing a good job? Newark. They have a Whole Foods there. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Where is it, downtown?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a good job. See, that's where it starts. You got to start, small.
Start somewhere.
It's gotta
More
start
than the
somewhere.
fast food restaurants, even worse is the Chinese,
Right.
the liquor stores.
And so I think the key here is we got to make better choices, and it's hard, right? Because we've been eating the way we've been eating for so long. So how do we break? It's hard to break cycles and chains. We know that even in our own lives with some of the things we go through. However, and we're going to talk about this in a couple of weeks, how to make change, mindset change, how to be more disciplined.
Right, because Sabrina and I both are mindset coaches, so we got a lot to unpack there.
Yes, and I am looking forward to it. Hey, Pookie,
And I'm on a
welcome.
health journey,
Yes.
so I'm staying away from the fast foods.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So without further ado, we are going to bring on our guest. We are first going to bring on Miss Danielle Robin. Hi.
Hey, Robin.
Welcome.
So Danielle, first and foremost, thank you for being a part of this show. Thank you for bringing on this expertise that you have when it comes to not only food insecurity, but also what it means when you are eating unhealthy, what it does to your mind and your body, and how important it is to, because you're a farmer, bring the food from the ground to the table. How much more healthier is that for us?
Do you want me to take it metabolically, or do you want me to say?
You take it any way you can.
Okay.
And if I need a little more clarity, is it okay if I say break it down for me? Okay, perfect.
So metabolically, our
Hey,
bodies
Poogie.
receive energy from the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and restoring the energy that we lack is directly comes from the earth.
Mm.
Physically touching, we were hunters and gatherers,
Mhm.
right? Like we put no effort into going and ordering something. I want that, and they serve it to you. There's no
Right.
energy
That's a
being
good point.
used, right?
Mm.
You need to cultivate your own food. You need to put the work in order for your body to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Even with your fingers, eating food, we've used forks and knives, right? We detached ourselves in so many different ways from how our body needs to metabolically metabolize the things that we put in our body.
Mm.
So for me, I know that physically going and planting and doing and loving and talking to my plants and like, come on, girl, we gotta you looking a little stressed,
Right.
Like, you out, right? Like, and overcompensating and just really understanding the environment.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I eat my food, I'm like, dang, like this is good.
Can you
right?
pull up mic a little closer to you?
Excuse me, man.
That's okay. No, we want to hear it all. We don't
Yes,
want to
we
miss
wanna-
any
we
of
don't wanna
this.
miss
Really
nothing.
just went back. But yeah, as far as understanding what it is you're eating and being able to metabolize it into your body, how your body might need it,
Mm-hmm.
it's essential to know where your food comes from
Right.
and how it's made versus looking at a menu. And again, I go
But that
to
can help
restaurants-
change your mindset. You know, when you look at it that way, you say,
Yeah.
well, you know, it's probably better if I prepare something as
Of
opposed to
course.
going.
I mean, in the long, sorry, go ahead.
No, but we might just instead of just her and he go back and forth because what she's talking about, digestion starts with when you're preparing your food as well. When you're getting ready, your saliva gets ready when you're seeing stuff and you get excited about it. And that's something else. When you go to fast food, you don't get to do that. You should be preparing it and getting excited about it, and that all gets your body ready to digest as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So wait, did y'all miss what it is that I said?
Yeah.
No,
So,
no,
but
I didn't miss it.
I didn't. We didn't miss it. But
I didn't
if you
miss
could just do me one more favor, I need you to go back just a little bit because what you said to me was so profound about being with the earth and feeling it, the energy. Tell me about that energy piece one more time because I felt that when you said that.
So, I mean, there's not much to say.
Right.
It's a doing, a feeling, and an understanding.
Right.
So I can't sit here and speak for nature.
Right.
But what I do know from personal experience when I am out there, it's a detachment in a whole different sense of detachment, right? Like, don't feel the little weird thing in your phone, like when you think your phone's vibrating, but it's not really vibrating. Like all these weird different things, you don't experience things like that, right? Like you're just like hyper focused on making something into something that you invested time into. And I feel like personally, that's a beautiful thing in my life because I need things that are a healthy distraction.
Right.
Right? Like I know that there are a lot of things out here in this world that I could be participating in. And it doesn't necessarily suit me for the long run.
Right.
And when I'm out there, I'm like, oh, I can hear this, like quiet, just the sensual. Is that sensual?
He
I
said
guess.
sensual. Ooh, I like it.
You mean?
I could have
Okay,
meant
sorry.
it. I don't know. I feel like that
I'm
just
sorry.
came out.
I
But
digress.
it is. Like, it's a relationship. It is more than just anything you can experience. And I feel like there has also been a misconception of being on the land, right? Because there was this whole enslavement narrative,
Right.
And
Makes sense.
and people are like, oh, I'm not going back to pick cotton. Like, what? That's not me. However, I'm not saying go and do any of that under those stipulations.
Right.
I'm saying go out and make
Enjoy
your
yourself.
own food under your own stipulations.
Right.
Right. And make it a more healthier process within yourself.
Right.
And learn yourself because there is so much to learn out there. Snakes, I learned a whole lesson on snakes because I had to deal with them. And I was like, I'm over here like, every 2 seconds. But then I started to learn and I'm like, okay, this one won't hurt me. I actually need this one. I kind of want you to be here because you're going to help everything, have an ecosystem.
Right.
So I'm not going to mess with you. Look, knocking. Excuse me, I'm coming. I'm going to walk over here now.
Right.
Like talking to things,
Right.
And having a sense of understanding for things around you is important.
Now, Robin, you actually go to the farm and you do what you need to do. I saw some before and after pictures that you did. So hopefully Sabrina and I get to the farm soon to help you because the girl needs some help, right?
I can always use
Yes,
help.
you always need some help. Well, what can people do at home? Like, how do you start like your own garden at home? Like if you don't have access to a farm?
Right. Yeah, that I feel like there's like things that you can do. Of course, there's economics, right? Like if you're in a certain situation, you don't have, I can't go and get a $1,500 thing on Amazon that tells me I can make a kit and everything's gonna come out great, right? Like you have to improvise. If you have the property, if you have a little land, or if you have a balcony, you can start with something very small. You can get some bamboo or get a stick on the side of the street, get some soil, right? Put the stick in the soil and embed your seeds into the soil.
What would you recommend though? Like what, starting out? Maybe
I would say like tomatoes, because they like a lot of sun.
Write that down.
Lettuce. Lettuce are seemingly, but they don't like a lot of sun. So like you have to do your research. And honestly, there's not a lack of it. You can Google.
Anything.
You can Google things.
Right.
So if you really want to learn, if you really want to do
YouTube video.
it's there.
It's there,
Right.
yeah.
And there, I feel like that's kind of the
And we're gonna be
platform,
creating
right? Like
some
that's the
videos.
platform that we're trying to create.
Yes.
So is that you can have things that you understand and like actually, believe or are okay with. Because I know there's a lot of things that you have to fact check and do all this other stuff with. But starting is peppers, zucchini.
I like red peppers.
Red peppers are good, yeah.
So good.
Carrots are a little bit, testy. Just because,
Yeah, I'm just trying to
we
get the
can
simple
grow
ones,
those
like
things in the
tomatoes,
house.
lettuce, and peppers, like simple stuff.
Yeah,
That's
I would
just
say
it.
like mixed greens,
Mixed
like
greens.
lettuce. But again, it depends what space you have,
Right.
and then what lighting you have, and what air ventilation you have in your house. There plays so many factors in nature, which is so beautiful because it's like me too. You know what I mean? Like I might be living in a space and I'm just like uncomfortable or irritated all the time, and we don't really know why. You put a plant in there and it dies, you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here. Right? Like there's so many factors that you have to put in. And when I say there's things on Instagram, right? They have all those like garden, grow, these things, these plastic structures that look great, but the individual don't know how to do it.
Right.
So it's like, that's great. I love your market. I'm happy you making money, but the person's still not going to benefit from it,
Right,
because
'cause
how
it's
do they know how to
Baby
do it?
steps. Right?
You know, Ramen, it's funny you said that. So I'm going to ask you this question because what I hear you saying is that's a challenge, right? So I'm going to ask you, what other unique challenges do Black women face as far as agriculture is concerned? Like, what other challenges do you or have you faced?
I guess being the only one.
Ooh, that part. That part.
Being the only one.
You'd like to see more of us, right?
So
I
currently
would
you're a
love- I would
student,
love
right?
to,
And you're
yeah.
surrounded by not too many of us.
It's primarily men, and of the lighter complexion. But yeah, it's me being the only one and me having to advocate for myself, and put my best foot forward, I suppose.
You're doing it.
But
and it's amazing.
no, thank you. I appreciate it. It's more the guarded part of me.
Right.
Right? Like, because I still come in with the same traumas, the same, like, who are you talking to? Right? Like, so I still have those boundaries or those barriers or those walls that be up, are up. That was not proper English.
That's okay.
But
Say
I
be
still
up.
have the same things that go on a daily basis, and I have to confront them all the time and talk to people. But as far as the hardest things, I think I had to the hardest thing, let's go. Okay, so I was in an agricultural program, in an honors program, and this individual of the lighter complexion came to me and said, oh, you look real guarded, right? And to my face. And he was like, my grandfather, I have a 300, 400 years in agriculture. I'm like, oh, so you're the enslaver. Cool, friend. And now I'm just thinking in my head, like, I'm pretty sure, because I already told you I have no poker face.
Right.
So I probably looked at him
get
like he
that
was
all the
crazy,
time.
right? And I was like, oh, okay. This is why people are deterred. Like, this is why people don't want to be a part. And maybe he was saying that to get me to not want to continue.
Right.
But I was like, I'm going to put this presentation on.
Right.
Okay?
That's
Like,
right.
let's go.
That's right. Right.
And I guess you just have to have a circle of people that are like behind you. And I have a very good support system at my house,
That's
at my
key.
home. And that's really what's been carrying me.
It reminded me of my mom. She grew up in South Carolina, and she used to pick cotton, and they used to weigh it, and that's how they got extra money. But she said she picked it so clean that by the time she gave her bundle, it didn't weigh as much, so she didn't make any money doing that. But she tried.
That's a fun
Robin,
fact.
what inspired you to become a farmer?
So first, I want to just get back to the farmer word, right?
Let's get back to let's break
Let's
it
break that
down.
down. Let's talk about it.
So I understand that farmer or farming has been like a word, right?
Negative?
However,
Do you think it has a negative connotation to it?
She gonna explain.
Oh,
I don't think it's. I
she's
wouldn't say. I don't really like to say negative, right? Because honestly, I think the nature is farming us at the end of the day. Because if you think about it, they provide us oxygen.
Right.
Cool. But not even but and we have to have a understanding with nature, right? So we need to steward our land. We need to be a part of that. And when we say farming, I feel like there has been in agriculture, just from being in there, I think there's understanding of like pesticides or all these other ways of manipulation of plants
Right.
or of nature. And that's not really where I'm trying to vibe out. You know,
Right.
I'm not really trying to manipulate. I'm not at all trying to manipulate the nature and the ecosystem around me. I want to then give myself or allow myself to understand it to then feed myself. Right?
So is that where like organic products come in with the no pesticides, where you don't? Is that
I don't
you
even know
don't
if we
really-
got time for all that. But
Oh, that's a long
She
story.
said- right.
Okay. Well, we'll put a pin in that. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that.
Robin, do you promote any kind of educational programs for folks to learn more about farming?
yeah, no, for sure. I think you I mean, again, like I said, there's YouTube, there's all these different places and outlets for you to find different content. But hands-on, I'm here for it, right?
Aw.
Like, please come. I will have the website's going to be up. Register. Like, let's learn.
Let's go.
Right? Like, let's go, because I'm going to be there anyway.
Right.
And having sessions and educating the youth is like the beginning part. But then we have to understand that youth go back home, and if they go back home and their parents don't know what they're talking about,
Right. It's a moot point.
it's kind of defeating the purpose.
But no, it's still you don't.
No, it's still good.
Yeah, it's still good. The youth still could pursue their
But workshops,
challenges with
all that, like
home
come
environment,
couple weeks,
and
farm, like see how it goes into the soil, see how you need to actually stratify the seed, because that's another thing. You get a whole bag of seeds, and the seeds might not even be able to do anything for you.
And how do you cultivate the land? I know Michelle and I were going to come out one Saturday, but I don't know, something happened and we didn't make it. They told me I couldn't wear my high heels and my overalls, so I kind of. I'm just.
I bought.
I mean, you
and I bought her
can
some
do
flat
whatever.
shoes,
She
but
said
they
you
were a
can do
little
whatever
too
you
fancy.
want,
You
but
can-
Flat
I'm
shoes
just
were
saying
too
it's not-
fancy, so now we got to get us some.
It might not.
farming
When you
boots.
leave, you might not be happy with what.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. You can do whatever you want to do.
You want to hear something funny? I was telling my kids that I wanted to, and this is all. I'm not being funny now. I really want to go on a farm, and I really want to be on the land. I'm a nature's girl. I really am. And so I told my children that I wanted to go on the farm with you. My daughter gonna send me a picture of a lady. She on a farm, but she's scared to hold the chicken. The chicken is running and she running. She said, "This is gonna be you." I said, "Wait a minute now."
You know, my daughter loves farming, so I'm gonna actually connect you guys. She loves farming.
So I don't know if you don't want to be referred to as just, I'm gonna say farmer. How would you present yourself? Who are you if you more?
I mean, I'm
land.
me.
I know.
At the end of the day, I don't like I don't think it's necessary. Like, again, people are gonna say whatever they gotta say. I understand.
So what would you say though?
For me personally, I steward the land. Yeah.
Steward the land. Okay, so Robin stewards the land.
Sure, and it sounds even weirder.
That's just because we're not used to it. That's just because. Robin, do you see stewarding the land as healing,
Yeah.
as a place to heal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. Because, again, I'm not, it hasn't all been great times for me, right?
Right.
And I used, and I'm going to say used, the land to help me,
Right.
right? And it used me right back
I
because
know
it
it.
said we need to grow, we need this to happen. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you know. So I used it to also help myself.
Right.
It's going away from
You're
me.
right.
It's not just
It does that all the time. Yeah, it's funny you say that because I know for me, one of the things that I absolutely love is when I take off my shoes
I was just
and I'm
getting ready to
barefooted.
say,
I'm barefoot and I put my feet on just the
That's
my,
grounding.
Grounding.
Which we don't do,
it's almost
which
like
is-
my
it's
feet
feeling. It's a
are
whole-
growing roots and going into the ground, and it's just an amazing feeling.
and that's your electrons.
Yeah,
Like that's
You should do
again,
that every day.
yeah,
That's like all biology. That's
Yeah.
all things that like you have to understand within yourself. We're energy.
yeah,
We are energy.
yeah.
So when you connect with energy, right? There's only thing like positive
Right.
attracts.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we want to do.
I love that.
Yeah, we want
I
to attract
love that.
positive energy.
So, what advice would you give somebody like, let's say, me, that wants to
wants to
start?
wear-
Where do I start? Like, let's say I
Wear high
want to.
heels. and
No.
fun.
No, I won't put on the high heels. Not the first time, anyway. Not just play. What would you tell me? Like, Robin, I want to get into stewarding the land.
Stewarding the land.
I would say that you need to go outside and talk to some trees
Mm-hmm.
and see what's really up.
Yeah,
Like, are you supposed to?
yeah,
Because not everybody has that purpose.
right,
At the end of the day, right? Like you can connect with me, I got that purpose, and we can vibe together,
right,
right? And you have a purpose that I might not have, and then we
Right.
can. That's the whole cooperative process.
Right, that's what we're
That's
going to do.
amazing.
We're
Because
going to work
there-
as a cooperative.
That's
right.
amazing
Like there's
point.
not I can't do everything, right?
right,
I know what it is that I have my purpose to do. I know that I connect with nature. I know I can hear nature, and I know I can understand it, right? There might be some type of fashion or something that I'm just like, I'm not sure what's happening, you know, but not that it couldn't be beneficial for me,
right,
but I
right,
just don't hear it the same way.
right.
So
Because that's not your purpose.
right. So coming
Yeah.
from a part, like you can come out, see how it feels. If you vibe out, if you feel like that is something that is really taking you by the soul, let's go.
I love that. And I know one time that you and I talked, and we was talking about horses. And I was like,
yeah.
Robin, I'm coming out to ride the horse. And you said, no,
Nope.
it doesn't work like
Don't
that.
work
You
like
have
that.
to get to know the horse. Tell me a little bit about that, Robin.
I mean, if I just hopped on your back,
Ooh, I know that's right. That'd be a little weird, but I don't know. I don't know.
no,
Okay,
but
I'm just
honestly,
playing.
horses' pupils are
Yeah.
different than ours. So
Yeah.
they see us bigger than them.
Mm.
So they're more
didn't know
scared of
that.
us than we are of them.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that's
Be
why you
gentle
get
with them.
kicked. They'll do extra, like we are a threat
She's
to
about to
them.
curse.
Mm.
We are a threat.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they're more skittish, right, than us. So you just hopping on a horse is not just hopping on a horse,
Right.
right?
So you have to meet the horse, pet the
Yeah,
horse,
of course.
feed the horse.
And then there's the whole like economic humanity part where people are like, "This is my property. I'm not trying to be sued." Right. So
Right.
then you got to do that. Paperwork, agreements. Okay, you're not going to do this because we don't really know what the horse is going to do if you go and kick the horse or do something or it tries to
Don't
bite
go
you.
kick the horse.
No, not me. I love animals.
Well,
I know.
when you're on top of the, you
Oh
physically-
yeah, when you right,
yeah,
right,
you have
right.
to you have to use your legs to
Tell it to go.
tell it to go,
Yeah,
right? Or
yeah.
do things, and that's in like the simplest way I can explain.
Right.
I want to bring Kristen into the conversation.
Right. So
Because we talked about.
Hey, Chris.
I just want her to talk about the tree because she has a tree that she named.
where we?
Oh,
Here you
okay.
go.
Tell us about the
She
tree.
has a tree.
Well, I say I also am in tune with
Yes, you're
nature,
in tune.
and not as much as the animals. We getting along. I mean, I see them all over. They got a lot of squirrels and deers around. I have been paying more attention to them, but with the tree, here you go, put me on blast.
Oh.
Yes,
I'm
well,
sorry.
by my house there's this tree, and I
Come
feel
a little
like-
closer to the mic. I want to hear. This
'cause
sounds
I don't want you
good.
to be hearing about my
She's
tree.
I
Towards
want to
the
know about the
land.
tree.
Well,
Where's her
just
tree?
Because somebody told me about this Saturday that they go out and they
Hug the
literally
tree.
no,
hug
you
the
should
tree.
hug the tree. It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think
it's-
Chris hugs it. Do
It's
you
the
hug it?
same
I
as
don't
with
know.
putting your feet on the ground.
Right.
All right.
The trees'
Tell us
roots
more.
go. Let's talk about something else.
No, go ahead,
somewhere
Chris.
else.
Tell us. That's interesting.
No, we talk about my tree another time. Let's
No, just real quick. What's the tree name?
Charlie.
Charlie. So we're going to put a pin in Charlie. But welcome, Christian, to the show.
Christian.
Now they gonna listen to me. We talk about hugging trees though.
Okay.
Hug a tree.
Trish,
No.
so, Chris, I have this right, and I want everybody to see it. This is what a pound of fat looks like in your body. This is a replica of what a pound of fat looks like in your body.
Well, I had 100 and something more of those on me a couple years ago.
And what did you do to get it off? Because you don't have it on you now.
Just changed what I was eating. I mean, somebody asked me that not too long ago. How long did it lose? The heaviest I've ever been is 220 plus pounds.
Right.
And it was not a linear journey to get from there to here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been up and down, and up, down.
I think I'm up.
And been all around. But it's just trying to figure out what works with me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was that heavy, it was bad because I was heavy, but it was more bad because I was sick. Everything that comes with, that's obese, is I had digestive issues, I had skin issues, I had all kinds of things going on. And it took me about 12 years ago, I figured out that gluten was trying to kill me. And gluten is the stuff in wheat that makes everything stretchy. So your pizza dough, that's what stretches. That's why when you eat gluten-free products, sometimes they're more crumbly and falling apart because it doesn't have that stretch. But gluten is in everything. And so
now what are you eating?
more plants.
No, plant-based side. Let
But
me write
the
that down.
plant-based part
Plant-based
came later. That came in, I've been plant-based since 2017. But when I first went plant-based, I wasn't calling it that. I was saying vegan, and I don't use that word anymore. I try not to because somebody vegan can eat pizza and Oreos and other stuff that's not necessarily healthy. So now we've transitioned to a more whole food plant-based diet. So, but losing the weight came from me just along my journey figuring out what things made me sick, what things made me well, and like I said, it's not been just one thing. And I've gone up.
And now you just want to share your
Yes.
journey with others
Yes,
to
I've
help
been a
them.
nurse for 21 years.
Wow, what a clap.
Thank you.
That's not the easiest job in the world.
Not at all. And I'm a nurse.
And that was for you, Kristen.
Thank
that
you.
clap.
I'm a nurse in long-term care, so bedside nurse in a nursing home. And being there, I get to see how people are, what they eat, how it affects them, like, immediately. Because I get to see their breakfast, lunch, not always dinner, but I get to see when they eat, they don't feel well. Or some people, when they eat, some things go right through them. But I was disheartened with that whole, with my job situation, because there's things that I felt like I could do to make things better. And what I did one day is I looked up, I looked up another job. I was on Indeed looking for stuff, and I ran into a program called the Functional Nutrition Alliance, and I did a 10-month immersion in functional nutrition. And functional nutrition just takes into account the whole person, your lifestyle, your habits, your diet, and everything, and looks to get to the root of whatever's going on. So
Does your insurance pay for that?
Well, some people's does.
Depends, right? What you
Right,
have.
but a lot of people with functional nutrition and lifestyle medicine, insurance doesn't cover things, but they're working on changing that. I think it depends. Like, I don't even know if I take insurance right now because we're trying to figure, like, again.
What?
We take
That knows
insurance.
you're joking.
I don't know what I could take, but I didn't take anything I did. I didn't use
Out of pocket.
insurance. I paid
You did
out of pocket to do the things I do.
Because you're very interested in that, and you really want everyone to do
Well,
better.
Yeah, my whole mission is just to share with people that they can be better, but you have to take control of your health and your choices and realize that you're the only one that can fix things for you. And I say that because, we get sick, you don't feel good, you go to the doctor, they spend 5-10 minutes with you, ask you a couple questions,
And
give you a
prescribe
script.
you.
They give you a script for a pill that is not going to fix whatever problem you went
It's a
in there
Band-Aid.
for. It's not even
Not even
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid.
It might just, it's more like a mute button. Most pills, they don't stop the problem. And one of my favorite analogies I've heard in this whole, when I've been out there with,
Training.
is if you turn on a sink, right? And the sink is stopped up and it's running over and you go get a mop, but you don't turn off the water. You can spend all day mopping up the floor. It's still
That's
gonna
like
be a
when
problem.
they're like when they're mopping the beach.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, because you don't get rid of the problem. And that's what all medication does. I'm not anti-medication because there's some things you need it for, and I'm not anti-standard, like Western medicine.
I get you.
Because if you get in an accident or you have something, an emergency, you'll want that emergency room and those doctors and whatever you need in that moment.
Right.
But for chronic illness, heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune conditions, those chronic conditions are primarily lifestyle. They're
And
not
they're
even
prevalent in the Black American community, especially. I was seeing something the other day about heart disease. They were saying it's the number one
Because
killer.
of the way we
Heart disease is the number one killer worldwide of everybody.
period. Right. Right.
It doesn't matter, black, white, different. Yes, in our communities it's worse because we just talked about what we have access to. Like I grew up in Essex County, Orange, East Orange, and grew up, there's the liquor store on the corners, the liquor store, the pizza parlor, and a couple convenience stores. And there's
With candy.
Candy and all kinds
I
of
love candy.
crap.
And because it's cheap, that's the
We
go-to
not
for a lot of
supposed to be
people.
Talk about
no
you loving
candy.
candy
No
or
candy.
fried chicken.
She
any
on
of
a
that
journey.
stuff.
I'm on a journey.
Okay.
Right. Thank you, Robin. It's the beginning of this journey. I know you guys did your work already. I'm doing mine.
No.
And y'all along the
Wait.
ride.
Even with that,
I wasn't raised with it. I didn't
I
even
wasn't
have the
raised with it.
opportunity.
a journey. I am still on.
I know,
this
we're always gonna be.
journey.
It's every day. You have to be intentional every day. You have to. I mean, and don't get me wrong, you got to give yourself grace when you do
right.
slip up, because we're not going to be perfect in nothing that we do. But the bottom line is to be intentional. Let me ask you too something. What are some of the common misconceptions people have about healthy eating?
That it don't taste good. I can tell you
don't-
that one.
Well, that's one.
Oh yeah.
You know
so
what I
there's
feel
one-
like? Too, people say you got to die from something.
Oh no.
Oh, I
that's
can't.
not
Yeah,
nice.
no,
Yeah, that's not
or-
nice. I don't like that one.
Doing what I do, I'm with people. You're not really considered old until you're over 80, and I have people that, somebody is what they consider old. They say just let them eat whatever. It doesn't matter. But if you have another person that's 100 or more, and that 80-year-old is not trying to die, every bite matters.
Right.
Every bite of food you
Every
put in
bite.
your mouth, everything you put on you, and everything that's around you. Everything matters.
So how do you unlearn all this stuff that we didn't really
It's
know?
not necessarily that you can unlearn it. You just have to learn new
Learn
things.
more. Okay.
What
not
should we
learn.
look for, or what should we avoid when we do our grocery shopping? Like, I know for me, I everybody who know me know I don't shop. I don't do all that, because you come in my house, what you gonna get in my refrigerator? I got some juice in it now, but
Some leftover soda.
you'll get some beets that's sitting in my drawer with the stems on them, and you'll have some kale in the bag and some organic spinach, and you'll get some water. You will have plenty of water. But what should people look for when they go grocery shopping?
I have something to say about the grocery
Don't
store.
go to
They
the
said
store.
go around. Don't go through the aisles. Just
Robin
go
said,
around.
don't go to the store,
They
grow
Go
it.
to the store. Okay,
Grow it.
Thank you, Robin. And that.
Don't,
and
and
that.
then I just wanted to add to what she was saying before, as far as like the misconceptions, right? We create our demand,
Right.
right? And if there is a whole, I guess, I don't know, in the 60s maybe, that people just went from like the television, it made a perception. It
that
put
Coke was good. And Pepsi, they did the commercials.
I wasn't around, so I'm not sure, but I
Michael Jackson
Showing your
commercials.
age.
Oh, remember the Michael Jackson commercials?
I'm talking about the things that I've read
Was
as
not
far as
good.
like how they changed agriculture
Oh,
to
okay.
adapt to a demand. People wanted to see the things that they were seeing on TV, right? And they were making TV look like everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, no, an apple is going to have a worm in it if
Right.
it's coming out the soil.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we created a demand. We created a perception of things have to be perfect.
Right.
And that's not true
reality.
because we walking around here just talking about it's my journey. So like, why are we telling nature that you need to be perfect, just to feed me, right? So I feel like that goes hand in hand with what she's saying, as a misconception. Like, food's not going to be perfectly round or perfectly red or perfectly everything.
Oh yeah.
Can we eat nutritional food on a budget?
Absolutely.
How would that? What would that look like?
Let me write that down.
Some beans, some rice,
Oh, beans, yes.
some
Are we talking about
fruits and
supermarket?
vegetables.
Because
Yeah.
I know for a seed is about 22 cents.
Oh,
She broke that down.
ooh, she said, "Are we talking about
And with
supermarkets?"
one seed, you can get about 14, 15 different other plants that will have 14, 15 different other plants. Right?
Wow.
So I'm sorry, I'm not sure because 22 cents sounded real good in
I
in the
love
supermarket.
that. I love
I
that.
want to go to what you said about the staying on the outside of the supermarket.
Oh, not true.
That might have, maybe once upon a time that was true.
I'm aging again.
On the
You
outside?
can, the produce, yes. But once you go in, all the dairy is also on the outside. And we
Okay,
want to
got it.
avoid that.
So just stay in the.
Why do we
plant-based
want to
area.
avoid dairy?
As like a walking strategy. I
Why
was
do
so
we-
confused. I'm like, why are y'all pacing the... I was confused for a second, but I get it now.
Why do
That's
we
'cause
avoid dairy?
You wanna
dairy.
not? I want to say
Because-
farm, but you said
Is
don't
that
say
what
that.
caused
You're stored
mucus
in
in
the
you?
land,
So-
you wouldn't know about the grocery store.
No, I just was very confused.
Why do we?
We
Why do
want
we?
to avoid dairy because dairy is cow's milk is dairy, and it is not for us. We are not cows.
Are you a baby cow?
That's why
Not
we
at
wanna
all. I don't
avoid
drink
it.
milk, so
Milk is
That's what I tell my son.
milk comes
Boo.
out of a cow's boob to make their baby cow grow into a big cow.
You know, I used
It's
to like
for
chocolate
you.
milk, but I don't drink it anymore. But when I was little,
I don't drink milk.
I don't.
I feel
drink
like
milk
it's a
anymore.
texture thing
I
for
don't
me.
know. I don't like milk anymore.
Along
Well,
with
it's
the
not even
not.
with chocolate.
It's not good for you.
Yeah,
It's fat. It's processed. It's hormones, and it,
Yeah,
like,
hold that-
people
What about the lactate milk?
Hold that fat up real quick.
lactate milk is still milk.
Fat, y'all. This is what fat
That's
looks
milk.
like.
That's
A
milk.
pound of fat in your body.
What
looks
about
exactly
skim milk
like
and
this.
2% milk?
That's all still coming from a cow.
Okay. I just
It's
What,
not
what do you think about the almond milks? Is that
Almond milk, first of all, it takes way too much
So,
water.
and that's another thing.
harvest.
Even the plant milks can, because the ones that you purchase in the store, they're full of chemicals and oils and different things. So,
so just
unless
stay
you're
away
gonna
from milk.
Make
It's
it
not-
yourself.
I mean, unless you want to like.
There are some brands.
Okay, we won't go there then.
There are some brands that don't have as much of the chemicals in there, but it's anything
most part.
processed, packaged that you're purchasing in the store. It's probably not good for you.
But you also have to just know yourself
right?
and like be okay with what you're putting in your mouth, right? Because we're living in a place where we can't just make, oh, don't do this, don't do that, because you will literally be over here eating air on a daily basis,
Right.
And
right?
that's what.
So you would have to know your
That's
body.
What do you eat?
And you have to understand, like, this is not going to hurt me, right? This is for something that I have to, I have to live at the end of the day. So I don't want people to think, like, oh, just don't eat or don't do this. Like,
Right.
So
you
eat
need
to live, health.
yeah,
Just
you
make
need-
some healthy choices.
Right.
Robin, Chris, what made you become a nutritionalist?
Well, that whole mouthful. It's well, like I said, I've been a nurse for 20 years, but then just through my own health journey, trying to figure out what was going on with me, led me to that program.
Okay.
And that program led to another class, to another and another. But that's it, just trying to figure out how to take care of myself and just trying to find a way to find something else other than long-term care, because that's really what got me. I really started just trying to get out of the space I was in, even though I'm still in it, because it's not time for me to go yet.
It's all about timing.
What do you guys think about intermittent fasting? Yeah, I
Fasting?
like it. At first, day one is like really
Oh,
hard. I do
you know
it for
what?
days, but day one is really hard. It's like I'm hungry.
So, but even that, you saying that, it's what you think it is. If you think
Right.
it's hard, it's going to be hard.
Yeah, but
Okay.
day two is beautiful.
I want to shout
you
out
go.
to our Muslim family. You know, it's Ramadan now,
Oh,
so they're still
yeah.
fasting. So I want to give them a shout out.
Let's go.
Let's give them a hand clap.
Yes. I like what Robin said. the supermarket or seed 22 cents?
What you
How long does
what
it
you wanna
take
do?
for food to grow? Like if I wanted a tomato or tomatoes, how
Right.
long?
So I'm gonna give like an estimate because it varies.
environment, right?
Environment,
Outside,
yes.
inside,
It also
whatever.
depends on what type of seed you have. But I would say an 8 week span.
Mm-hmm.
If you're indoors, of course, everything has outliers.
Right.
Things take longer. I had a squash the other season, and I was scared for my life. I was like, "What is happening?" Like I'm over there.
It grew fast.
No, way too slow.
Oh.
Way too slow. I was real worried. I was like, "Yo, what? Like, did I plant a male seed? Like, what's happening, right?" And then all of a sudden, boop, boop, boop. Like it just. And then I had more than enough. Was able to give to food pantry. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
nice.
So you give to food pantries?
yeah, if I have way too
that's
much
nice.
for like any of the subscriptions or anything that's going on, like I will
Oh
give
yes,
back.
talk about the farm subscriptions.
Oh well, it's a subscription. I don't know if that's the greatest word, but come and get. No, for me,
the
I said
steward
that. I said
of
that.
the land
I said
subscription.
it too. I haven't figured out another word. But I'm just saying it's something that you can come and get a basket of food bi-weekly, every week, however it is that you want. Like every season.
Wow. When does the season start?
Well, I just started doing the raised beds this red moon.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. It definitely reminded me that I need to do better weed management,
Right.
Better crop management for like overwintering, just for the little plots that I have right now. But yeah, we're getting it started as far as the spring comes. There's also summer plants. There's fall plants.
So people can come to the farm and
They would
pick
have
up-
to come and pick it up. I have I'll have a link out there. We'll put that out with the website.
Okay.
You sign up, you pay for it.
Robin, can people also donate to kind of help through the process? And
Is that a
do you have that
question?
information?
Is that a
that wasn't a rhetorical question. Is there a place where they can go and donate?
Yeah. So as soon as I'm still working on the website because not only do I work with the land, I also be behind the computer and whatnot.
You're a coder,
You are
right?
amazing.
She's
Yes.
a coder.
So
She's
on
a
my- on my
coder,
other-
a
on
black
my other
coder and a
side-
black
farmer.
stewardess.
Stewardess.
Well, wait a minute, not stewardess. Sound like
we
the
gotta
flight.
figure that
We
out.
gotta
That's
figure out the
amazing.
name. We'll work on that. We'll help you with that.
I'm loving the process.
Yes, yes.
yes.
Right. So
Because-
for those of you out there that would like to partner or donate or would like to get some of the vegetables that are out there, please, by all means, their website is under construction, but you can certainly DM us on Instagram, Facebook, or you can email us at sitpodcast1@gmail.com and we'll get the information for you. Or even if you just want to know a little bit more about farming, please, guys, feel free to reach out so that we can connect you with Robin and
I just want
Chris.
to say one more
Real-
thing
real-
too. Go ahead.
In case anybody's confused, Robin and I are business partners.
Right.
We're going to be acquiring land so that we can farm and have programming and things on the farm
Right.
so that whatever knowledge I have, we can share, and we got a lot planned, but it's in the beginning stage.
So you're going to have some educational things going on as well?
We're going to
with
be
farm?
helping with that component.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
we all are
everything
all
is
over that.
starting.
Yes,
I
we're
would
all
say in this reality,
Mm-hmm.
everything is currently in the works.
Right.
But it's already there too, all at the same time.
Right.
Is there
So
things you
excited.
guys need currently to kind of help you through the process?
I mean, money's always welcome,
Right.
right? Because apparently in this time of day, you need currency.
Right.
Support, volunteerism, all that stuff, right? Like individuals that are willing to come out and
Get
do
dirty.
And
without
get dirty.
their heels on.
right. If you want to learn,
Well, she can
like
wash
all
the
that
heels off
stuff,
later.
weed whacking. Look, I can get into the
Weed
You got a
whacking,
list.
yeah.
You got a list.
I got a
We're going
list.
to bring Ron
But
and them
look,
out there.
I'm so excited that it's springtime. I went out my mom's door and looked on the ground and saw all these beautiful flowers.
Oh, I thought you were
They
gonna
are-
say worms.
No, beautiful flowers. I was just like so
'Cause it's been
surprised. I was like,
raining.
"Is that real?" It was like a beautiful purple flower, and then it was another
Uh-oh,
white
the
flower.
purple.
I mean, it was just
Yeah,
like
okay.
everything. Yeah, I was just like so impressed.
It's so
I was like,
beautiful. Nature's so beautiful. I mean,
thought it
it's
was
the
so
purest thing
beautiful.
ever.
Yeah. I just didn't expect it at that moment because I've been in and out the house didn't notice anything. And then finally I was like, wait a minute.
Sometimes you
what's this?
gotta stop and notice
sit.
the color purple.
You gotta sit, right? And notice the color purple.
I
You
wonder
gotta
if that's
be on
what she
Sisters
meant.
in Sport, Inspiring Transformation.
Like if you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you guys ask me, am I happy every day? Absolutely. When the moment I step out of my house, the first thing I do is, well, actually it starts way before that, but I just smell the air and thank God because I didn't
I'm the
have to
same
be
way.
there to do it.
I'm the same way.
And
I'm
so
always
I'm-
thankful for
every
a new
day,
day.
I'm
Yeah,
happy.
we always thanking God to see another day, and that's so beautiful. So we just wake up with a smile.
That's
You
it.
know, I just found this out that another day, another dollar, another day to hoop and holler. I didn't know that. My mom filled me, and I said, "Oh,
I never heard
look,
that.
Yeah.
Me
yeah,
either.
that's because she older than all
Maybe
y'all."
too-
And she came in with the knowledge. I was like, "Ain't no way I've been
Tell
over
it,
here like
Mom.
another day, another dollar." She was like, "Are you gonna finish?"
A hoop and a holler.
I said,
And
"No,
hooping
I
and
don't know
hollering.
that
I
part."
didn't know that either.
That's good.
Oh,
See,
look,
we
we
learning
learned
new
something
stuff.
So to our audience, it is so important that we eat healthy. It is so important that we make right food choices. Food could either hurt you or heal you. We have to be intentional. And it's not a sprint. We could take baby steps tomorrow. Get rid of the potato chips and get a banana.
And
Some
and I would
blueberries.
say always give yourself grace, like you said, no matter what. If you have a good, and it's not even a whole good day or bad day. It's a good meal. It's
Yeah.
Every
time
bite
you
you say,
eat,
right?
yeah, every bite, and you really should be eating in a way. Is this going to be helpful for me or harmful for me? 'Cause
Yeah.
everything matters.
And I think one of the things that helped me is that I don't have potato chips or cookies or anything in my house because
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
point.
that's a
definitely.
Don't
go-to.
bring it in the
Like
house,
if
right?
it's
you
there,
see
you'd be like,
it,
oh
wanna
my,
eat it.
yeah, I don't.
So
It's
that's
best
where you
not
can
to go
start
there,
cleaning
yeah.
out your cabinets.
Clean out your start by cleaning out your cabinets.
Something else you can do to detox your home. You really shouldn't have any plastic.
No
in the
plastic
kitchen, the plastic
in the kitchen.
containers. Because then
Glass
we
containers,
have the
right?
plastic containers. Then we go put them in a microwave. Like I don't even have a microwave anymore. I transition to as much glass as you can get.
Yes.
Even if I buy something, a lot of stuff is unfortunately in plastic. But even once I get it home, get it out of the plastic as soon as I can. In your home, your personal care products also, that could be a whole show because
Yeah, I don't have aluminum in my deodorant.
the aluminum in the deodorant, but it's also your soap. Your
Yeah.
toothpaste should be fluoride free.
Yes, mine
Your
is.
everything.
Well, aren't we gonna have an app that has all those products?
We're all under construction. All
Yeah,
these
those are
things.
some good things.
Yes.
Making sure that, and you guys are great because one of the things you also said is Google your stuff. Like look and now
Do your
Google is not
research.
100, but do your research. I don't use any
And don't see
aluminum.
the first page. Go to like page 4.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say
Right.
Google is good, but you got to also put in keywords and know what you're looking for because Google really is a search engine, not a research engine.
Right.
Right.
Because I could go looking for stuff, like the things that I know, I can go in Google looking to find the stuff that I know, and it's not that easy. So that's also part of what we're doing is
You want to
trying
put
create
it to make it easy.
in the website so that there's trusted and known like physicians and doctors and sources for products and different things. So
The experts.
Yeah. Yeah, but we gotta start, even if it's baby steps, but we have to start. And so, listen, we are running out of time, but Black Lives Matters. He put it on our.
Yay, we put it on our podcast because that's what's
So
going
DT can drill it up all he want.
on.
Black Lives Matter.
And I'm so excited to have both of you on here. You guys, my girls.
But
you
we
know
gotta
that.
come back because
You gonna
this-
come back.
We have
Oh, you
more
gonna
to
come
talk
back. You
about.
gonna
We have
come
more
back.
to unpack.
But we also gonna do the Golden Connection. Anybody want to come on the Golden
dating
Connection?
show.
Yeah, the dating show.
We got to
You know,
get the
we don't-
emails. All right, send the emails.
We'll
to
refer
Sit
people.
Podcast one. Yes, for refer people. If you don't want to do it, refer people. Right.
That's right.
Sit podcast one at
right.
gmail.com. We'll send you the
Robin, you said no.
application.
Oh no, definitely not.
Chris,
we got stuff to no.
she said we got stuff to do.
We don't have time for
No.
that.
I
I'm
know that's
good.
right, but yes, but thank you guys,
Thank you
so
guys
much
so
for spending this
much.
time with
Give
us.
You guys a clap.
Will you come back?
Of course.
If you'll have us back,
Yes, I can't wait for part 2. But the next time we come, we're gonna have some footage of her and I out there cultivating the land.
all right.
Oh, that's
You
gonna be
ready?
funny.
No heels.
So my heels away, Lord ever.
Don't leave.
Did you have any last things that you didn't talk about that you
I
wanna talk
didn't,
about?
but
I think we got
so
a
next
few
week
minutes.
we're gonna have a special guest as well. I'm not gonna tell you guys who. And we
Always tune in because you never know what's
always
gonna
tune
happen.
in.
We might do some corrections because I think I said the pilots was going to be on today, but it's actually April 14th.
We're gonna have
so,
some
you know.
pilots coming on April 14th. They're bringing in some kids with them to talk about being a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting. We have some more interesting guests
Oh,
lined
and
up.
if you are a business owner or a carpenter or fireman, whatever it is, and you want to connect with the youth, email us as well what your specialty is, right? So that we can connect people because we want the young people to learn how to be mechanics, to use their hands, be carpenters, rip up the floor. Can you do that, Robin?
Probably.
Okay. tear a wall down, build the wall, the whole nine. Build the house, basically, right? We need to have those skills sets.
Pound of fat inside of you.
I know you're not talking
Mic
to me.
drop.
Mic drop.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We've been strong for so long. Now it's time to rise.